Going to trade the NBA.com. This is John. This report is for the 4th of November. Well, I stayed up all night for that election, and we saw the power move that was taking place as the raw vote was coming in. It was a massive voter turnout for Trump on the day. I mean, it blew away all of the polls that thought that Biden was going to win with this massive landslide and everything. So that really changed it. But then we reached this point in the middle of the night, and everybody just stopped counting votes and went home. And of course, the president out there, but the mail-in ballot thing was always the unknown that really couldn't be predicted. You were giving ballots and that to people who weren't asking for them, weren't necessarily motivated voters. So you're seeing like a 67% turnout. That's just unheard of. But the people who were enthusiastic that showed up on election day were by and far a huge Trump push. So that was an amazing thing. The Senate looks to be separated from the House. So this is going to create some gridlock. That will actually be a market positive because it will prevent a lot of the socialist plans that Biden had for some of the initiatives that they were talking about. So that would create deadlock. Market will be okay with that. Other policies and regulation things, though, might be changed and pulled back. That could have a drag effect. So I think you're probably going to see a lot more volatility going in through the day as we started to see towards the after hours. I mean, it was quite dramatic. And the NASDAQ, again, it was up really big and then it has pulled back from most of that and also was up pretty sizable. You can see that we did have the dip of orange below. So regardless, as you get to clarity, now that we've reached this stage where we could see lots of lawsuits, at this particular time on the video, we still don't have an answer from North Carolina, from Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, though Wisconsin's leaning towards Biden. Nevada looks to go Biden. And then you've got these votes that are just hanging out there from, who knows when they were mailed, and those tend to be more on the Democratic side. So I think it looks to be a long haul for Trump, but that's where they're going to start going to the court battles. So who knows how long this could get drawn out for. But what we do see is power mode 2, shake out all those things leaning towards market buy setup at this particular point. And from a euro standpoint, of course, things were down and they're up now that you have uncertainty in the U.S. People are going to pull their money back into the euro, so that's holding it up right there. But we already talked about this was improving from its overall oversold setup here. But do we expect a big push with this? Not without a steel reset. This is just a partial move, so we're likely to just bounce up a little bit and hold on. If the uncertainty grows, I think you might see more of a float back towards the euro, just as a hedge against the U.S. And again, like I talked about, gold would start to spike if it was looking like it would be, single directional, but with uncertainty, it means no stimulus, no nothing, and that's not good for gold. So it's not going to bounce on that. So this is what happened in the after-hour market, and it was fairly clean. Things were looking good, and then we get to this point where all of a sudden Arizona, and that started to look weak, and then we kind of went into sell mode, and that's where the steel-orange relationship with the long-short algo started to have a bigger relationship effect, and every time steel started to dip below, we edged lower, and then finally we had that pop down here, put in the dotted line, and I mean these moves are significant. I mean, you're not talking tiny move with the green going over right here. You're looking at 37, and it shot all the way up to 98. I mean, these are 60 plus moves overnight, and that in this range, so that was quite dramatic. And I'm exhausted, so I'm going to try and get an hour or two of sleep because it looks like it was a waste to stay up for it because nothing's going to be decided. Perhaps by the time market opens, if we start getting results during market time, I think that could get really wild. So it's going to be like, Fed minutes used to look like when, there was actual surprise from people on which position they were going to take. So we haven't seen that kind of intraday setup in a while. So this could be one of those unknown sparks that could create some more movement. So we'll keep an eye out for that. As always, though, when I do wake up, I will come on and put on some charts and that. But historic stuff. I mean, just historic, crazy. So, as always, trade well. We'll talk again later.